So I am here to do the readings. I'm the pulpit assistant today. And the first reading is by Richard Rohr. Each and every creature is a unique word of God with its own message, its own metaphor, its own energetic style, its own way of showing forth goodness, beauty, and participation in the great mystery. The second reading is by Ernest Holmes. Incarnated with each one of us is not only a divine spark, not only an incarnation of the living spirit of the cosmos, but a unique presentation of the cosmic whole. So you may settle into your comfy little chair and just feel. Just feel. Feel breath. Feel the softness of the chair and feel your spiritual center. Feel by breathing. Feel by tuning in. Feel by evoking the love that is the truth of who we are. We feel and we love, and we know that we are one with the presence that resides within, as we are that presence, that divine presence of calm, that divine presence of intuition, wisdom, that divine presence of our own magnificence, that divine presence of unconditional love and connection and unity, acceptance, kindness, the divine presence of manifestation and communication, that divine presence of imagination and intelligence, creativity, illumination, that divine presence of oneness and light, that divine presence of infinite possibilities that is always around us. We are one with that incredible movement of color and vibrations and gifts and blessings right inside of us. And we celebrate that we are absolutely one with that infinite power that resides within us and moves forward out into the world in love with those around us, those within, and those that we have loved and have moved forward. That fountain of love is the presence that unifies us and connects us. And we know that is the truth of who we are. Moment by moment by moment, we just drop in, we feel, and we love, and we know that that kaleidoscope of color is always inside of us. And that is the truth of who we are. And I bless this service. I bless this service as Reverend Sunshine Michelle comes forth as our leader and creates and reminds us and inspires us of these truths. A gentle reminder that we are one in love in this community, in service, with all of our colors, emanating and radiating out. I bless this service. I bless the musicians that have come forth. I bless everybody that is surrounding us, because it does take a village here, and we are a village of love and connection and light. And that is the truth, and we bring it forward in our lives moment by moment, and we know this to be true. I'm so very grateful for this truth. I celebrate these truths. I give thanks for these truths. They are the guiding light of my life. Feel and love. I release my word into the law through celebration and thanks and gratitude. I release my word into the law that always says yes and yes and yes, Regina. What you say, what you feel, what you know is the truth, and that is the field that we live in. And I am so very grateful knowing that as I speak my word, it is so. And I live in that field of possibilities, as that is the field of the truth of who each and every one of us is. And we connect there and we celebrate. I just release my word, I let go, and I let God. And so it is. Amen.
Well, good morning. And rising, good, grand rising. And please forgive the rowdy section over here. No, that's actually the Spirit of God right there. Let's all get some of that. There's nothing worth more that will ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord. I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of loves, where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. There's nothing worth more that will ever come close. Nothing can compare. You're our living hope. Your presence, Lord. I've tasted and seen of the sweetest of love, where my heart becomes free and my shame is undone. Your presence, Lord. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord.
Thank you to Lukeman Frank and Amy Levine. And listen to this, though, before I introduce myself to you, because I will. If you ever had any doubt that Spirit works in your life if you open to it synchronistically, I'm here to tell you that's not true. Because I emailed Lukeman this week finding out that I had the wrong email address this morning, right? And I emailed him to see if he and Amy could play the song that they just sang. In addition to, Amy obviously got the memo because she's dressed in white. There's a lot of white dressing over here, right? So that's what I mean in the small places and in the great places. Listen, welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. What an intro, right? I'm Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman. I'm the proud spiritual director here at this spiritual community, and I'm delighted for this day because we get to breathe together and be alive, right? This is another opportunity for us to live life and try it again. Whatever you didn't get right yesterday, you have another chance to try it again today. We have a very special service for you today, but I thought I'd be remiss if I didn't say a few words about the topic for today. But before I go there, most of you who attend know that I usually have some sort of an announcement. It just seems like I have something that I want to lift and highlight. I call them my PSAs, the public service announcements, right? So here's one. We want to bring more visibility out in the world about Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And so our marketing and engagement committee is looking at different ways to do that and to uplift folks coming. Don't we want more seats filled, right? And so what's going to happen, if you can support us, here's how you can do that. After service in the courtyard, Reverend Teresa Gardner, right here, she's waving her hands, is going to ask anybody that wants to give a little snippet recording about why you come to this spiritual community. You got to get Juju over there. That's because she's waving and smiling and whatever. She has something to say about why she comes here and smiles so bright, right? But anyway, and we won't use your name. We won't use the recording, but we are working with a marketing agency that is writing articles for us and distributing them. And so they can use this content. So please avail yourself to Reverend Teresa just for a 1 to 2 minute snippet. I love Oakland Center for Spiritual Living because, and I'm sure you could fill in the string, right? So please do that with us. And we're leading up next year to our 80th anniversary. Next year is our 80th anniversary. So we're going to be finding ways that we can get more information out there about the great things that we're doing here. Secondly, I just want to say that I love y'all, and I love your generosity. Yes, that's a reason to clap. Thank you, Tricia. And you can say, we love you too, Rev. Y'all can tell I like having a good time up here, huh? And so somebody asked me this week, can I be your number 11? And then somebody said, can I be your number 12? So what that means is last week I acknowledged that 10 people let me know that, or through our bookkeeper or what have you, that they've increased their giving. I'm sorry if you're getting feedback. That's probably my earring. I'm going to take it off right now. Anyway, they've increased, and so I said, we have 10. Now we have 12. And you can be, oh, there's 13 right there. Ooh, I get my auction thing going on, my bidding, right? Right, Nancy, for the silent auction. So if you want to donate and give, please do. We sent out a note on June 13th. Some people said they didn't get it. Maybe it's in the spam folder. I don't know. Go look for it. But anyway, thank you so much. All right, and last but not least, we're working on some dates to put out to you about some activities and events that we're going to be doing, so stay tuned. We have a lot coming up, and it's great stuff. Let's take a community breath together so that we can breathe and fill in the word. I'm glad y'all are breathing, but here's what I want you to do. Exhale right where you are. Now let's take that breath in together. Deep, easy, slow. Hold it at the top. Let it out with a sigh. Twice more. Breathing it in again. Filling your lungs with that good God air, and let it out with a sigh. This last time, breathing it in more than you did before, and let it out with an even bigger sigh. And simply allow that breath of life to flow in and out. There's nothing you need to do but allow. And as we do that, we can hear together, we can feel together in this beloved community about the word of what we're working with today. I'd be remiss if I didn't go to our 5th round of our abundance program today, because this year, I was told, is a year of abundance. It's about building abundance consciousness. And we are using, some of us are using the little green book, The Abundance Book by John Randolph Price. I got another book in the mail called The Abundance Project, which I'll be looking at, maybe doing a book study. I'll talk to the Ed Corps about that. And there's other books out there, but whatever it is, I want you to just build your consciousness around abundance. It will serve you in so many ways. So if you are willing, we have an affirmation that's going to go up there. That's a beautiful picture up there, but this is what I want to focus on for us to say out loud together and to feel the vibration, to name it and claim it. Are you willing for a little more abundance in your life? Okay, I thought you might be. So let's declare this together. I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. And so it is. I know Larry's going to keep me honest on the and so it is. Thank you, Larry. Okay, we are working on the annual theme that we follow with Centers for Spiritual Living, the Global Themes team. What is it? Oh, come on. Come on. What is it? Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. We are lifting up into a new day, a new time. Don't we need that? Yeah, so we have to name and claim it and keep it right there. And this month of June, it's the last day of June. You still have a lot of time in this month to give some impact before it's July, which is tomorrow, right? Time is simply a construct. But holy boldness. And I happen to have written the outlines for all of the field. So I say that with pride. I say that because anytime my name is mentioned in the global scheme of Centers for Spiritual Living or anyone else, because we have Robert Leeds is on the member council, so anytime Robert says his name, my name gets mentioned, what else gets mentioned? Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. You see what I mean? So it's all out there in the field that people are using these outlines that I wrote. Just love holy boldness that I got from my grandmother. Maybe other people said it too, but she was holy bold and still is on the other side, I'm sure. Holy bold in God is what she told me. Baby, I'm holy bold in God. I want to follow that. I want to follow so much of what she did. Just a beautiful woman in the world and in my world. And so that's what we're talking about today. How can we allow ourselves to be wholly bold in the world? That means to take all, I just told somebody in the pre-service room, it's like, I'm jumping off the cliff of faith. That does not necessarily mean that I've got all my fear handled. You just bring the fear with you because you're counting on faith. You're banking on faith. I've got faith and trust, and I know the Spirit's going to be with me, so I'm going. And what happens? You learn that you have wings and you can fly. It's like, wow, I didn't know that was going to happen. So that's what we're working on today, holy boldness. It's the impetus for us to live into our greatness, into that grand rising. And our attitude, I love this. It was some good stuff in there that I wrote. Usually I just go with my own stuff, whatever comes up for me. But listen at what I said in the outline. Our attitude, outlook, willingness, perseverance, persistence, and resilience are critical. Doesn't that sound right? All of those things are critical for us to live in a moment by moment in this world of chaos. The world, you might think is losing its mind. That doesn't mean we have to. We can stay rooted and grounded right here and know the truth. And when we forget, in the next moment, we can come right back and know the truth again. This is what our principles are all about. And it takes courage to live in this world. It takes courage to live with holy boldness and tenacity, to say what it is that is within you, to do those things that somebody might judge as, why'd she go do that? Doesn't matter what they think, because you wanted to do it and you were hearing that. So the topic for the week is colorful to the core. Colorful to the core, aren't we? We're all colorful to the core. And yes, Spirit dropped this down in honor of pride, in honor of the color spectrum. But when you think about it, we all are made with our own, the way I hear it, with our own signature. There's nobody's signature like ours, just like there's nobody's thumbprint like ours. Nobody's. And that's just, I'm talking on the human level. Every grain of sand, we've heard that, haven't we? Every grain of sand, every blade of grass, every leaf on the tree is different. It is. You know how I know? Because if it wasn't, they wouldn't be here. There is a reason we are here. And I believe that it is our imperative, and we are being asked to live out loud, to live as we were born to live. But we have to know what that is, and we have to have the holy boldness to do it. How many times have you heard between your ears, go do this thing, and it's like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not going to do that. You may eventually come to it, but why is that? That's fear. I don't care what else you call it. The common denominator is fear. We have to get over that because we're hearing it for a reason. If we hear it, it's ours to do. So that's at least what I believe. So when we look at colorful to the core, I think of we all have the rainbow spectrum from within. Every color palette is within us. And whether we err to the vibrant colors like me or to the neutral tones, we're still a part of the color palette. This world would not be the same without us. So we need to find what our color palette is and live from that. You know, I was really pleased to be a part of the diversity circle on Friday. And they were talking about pronouns. I love that. And Sri Devi and Doug had asked me, well, Rev, you know, this is a vibrant conversation that happened last month, and this is a transition over into this month, and we really want to talk about pronouns, and we noticed that you use she and they. Would you mind sharing why? And I didn't, but, you know, there were other people using other pronouns, and some people don't get it. It's like, why do we have to do that, right? But here's what I want to go to. It really doesn't matter if you understand why or not, if you are coming from the principle that God is all there is, that there is this huge color palette, and we want everybody to live from that, then you might not understand why they want to use they. You might not, ever, even though you might try. That doesn't mean you don't do it. Because if you respect and honor diversity and you want to be inclusive and include everyone, and it's important to someone that they use they, that you use they in referring to them, then you do it. You just do it. And then you can go talk to somebody to help you understand what that's about. So that you can understand, so that we can, if we're a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth, isn't that what our vision statement says? If that is true, then we need to embrace everyone. So that when a newcomer, you want to fill the seats? When a newcomer comes in here, they want to see themselves, or they want to feel like they're welcome. They're welcome here. So colorful to the core means that we need to understand our own colors, right? We need to understand our own inclusivity. What I'm saying about out there, I'm surely saying about in here, because inside can be the most discriminatory place ever. Listen, here's what it says about colorful to the core. Includes our tastes, our preferences, our genders, and gender nonconformity. It includes orientations and labels and identities, specifications, characteristics, colors, shapes, sizes, styles, languages, attitudes, approaches, cultures, philosophies, personalities, and I bet you could name a lot more. Do you get where we're going with this? If we believe that God is the spectrum, then we need to include everything and everyone meaning even the plant life, the animal life, and all of that. That's what we need to do. It's our time to sparkle and shine. I'm going to move through this really as quickly as I can so that we can get to our ceremony. But this felt important to deliver. Now is a time that we need the word, don't you think? I need the word. I think that's why Spirit made me a minister and then put me here selected as the spiritual director so that I could elevate my consciousness and speak to you about these principles that it gives me. Because what I do is simply open myself up. You know, this ceremony today, I am truly only doing what I am hearing. I am doing what I'm asking you to do. What I just said, if you hear it, it's for you to do. I'm doing mine. I'm checking me. Are you checking you? And if you need somebody to help check you, get your prayer partner on board or whatever it is. Get an accountability partner to make sure that you're doing the things that you say you want to do. You know, we are socialized into denying the truth about ourselves. We have to unlearn some stuff that many of us learned when we were little. And some of us are up in age. And we've been repeating that for like all these years. So we have to unlearn that so we can relearn the who and the what and the where of the thing. It's so important. Okay. And then when I say a little bit about, you know, I'm hearing this, let me not run over it, is I believe that we each have our own style. I think I've made that clear. We each have that little thing that we do that might irritate the heck out of somebody else. That laugh, oh gosh, that laugh. Did you hear that laugh? Oh, you always know when somebody's walking down the hall because here they come. That one that's like, for you, nails on chalkboard. I wouldn't have that person trade that laugh for anything. You know why? Because that's theirs. That's their signature. Whatever your signature is, find that and do that. Or else, you know, if we don't do some of the things I'm talking about, we're not walking the talk. I believe we want to stand in integrity here at the Oakland Center. Am I right? Okay, so if we want to do that, then the things that we're talking about, then we need to do it ourselves. And labels and identities. Oh gosh, that's a whole nother sermon. Because I had 3 points in this outline. It was so rich. You know, we get labeled by, you know, people want to put us in a box, in a category to describe who we are. Why do we have to do that? I'm me. I'm just me. And not just, by the way, not as in minimized. I'm simply me. Let me be me. And if you can't, like I said earlier, if you can't understand what being me is, but you say you want to have me in community and you want to be more inclusive, then what are you going to do to accept me the way I am? How are we going to come to a middle ground? We need to ask ourselves this question here. If we are talking about we want to have more people in these seats, because when they come, they may not look like what you thought they should look like, or talk like, or think like. What you gonna do about that? I'm gonna welcome them. I am going to welcome them as best I can. And if I don't know how, I'm going to ask them, how can I be more welcoming to you? What do you need? Can I tell you what I need? That's what beloved community is. We sit and have that conversation together. I just talked about the diversity circle. Yay! And there's lots of tools and practices that we can use to help us in this. That's why we're here together practicing the science of mind philosophy and everything else. Whether you meditate or pray. Let me just take a poll here. If you were to name several of the spiritual tools that you use, what would you say? Say it out loud. Several. I heard journaling, prayer, meditation. What? Visioning. Rowdy. Grounding. Singing. Huh? Nature. Dancing. Breathing. You see? Laughing. Clearly, this group has got that going. It's all a matter of how you look at and the tools that you use to help you walk through life that will help you to be the best that you can be. We were all created unique. I don't exactly like the word difference. Difference to me, others, meaning, oh, they're different. That's them over there and not me over here, as opposed to unique. And you better believe I'm unique. And some people need to get used to embracing that uniqueness because they haven't liked it for so long. How many of us don't like ourselves because of this, that, or the other? We have to learn to love ourselves. But we, I believe, were put here like we are for a reason, so we might as well accept that we are a masterpiece in God and stop thinking that we're imperfect. Next month's topic is something about perfection and imperfection or something like that. So we're going to play with that next month. But I think you get what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave you with this quote from Sharon Salzberg, and then I'm going to transition us. And it's a good-sized quote, but I think it's important, and you'll understand why. I believe in the possibility of a world where our interconnection is a deeply known and motivating force, where no one is left out, where the innate dignity of every person is acknowledged, and where hatred and fear and greed can be tempered. Does that sound like something you want to? Okay. Yeah? Okay. Here I go. Continuing. I believe in a world, she says, where change might be hard, but is always seen as possible, however stuck we might feel in any given moment. I believe in a world where we can have wisdom to guide us, we can have love to propel us, and we can have the support of one another to try to accomplish a vision of inclusion and care. I also believe, she says, in justice. In a world where actions have consequences, where people are held accountable even as we try to take care of one another. And I believe in a world where the fluidity and softness of love, she says, like water, might superficially seem like the weakest thing of all, but lo and behold, it is indomitable. That's right, Tricia. Yes. So sweet. And so as entertaining this notion of colorful, being colorful to the core, it's a great segue and transition into our ceremony for our practitioners. It's a very special ritual, I believe, that Spirit wanted to happen. And our practitioners, it takes all of us, you know. We have quite a number of practitioners. Some are not here today. And, you know, there's different flavors and styles and techniques, right? Colorful to the core. And it's not just about them. It's about all of us. How many of you were here last year at the installation when they installed me? Oh, most of you. Thank you for coming. That was about us, wasn't it? This is about us. The practitioners are the healing arm of the center, of the spiritual community. And without them, where would we be? Because we're in spiritual practice together. So it's important for all of us to stand witness for this today. And I want to acknowledge, these are most of our practitioners, but I'm acknowledging an adjunct honorary practitioner, Reverend Deb Hammond, who is of great support to this community. So thank you so much. So we've had so many, over the years, oh my goodness, there's always so many people saying, well, what is a practitioner? What do they do? And why do they do it? You know, and no matter what we say, isn't that right? No matter what we say and how much we explain it, there's still these questions. So I've put together some readings from our home office, our global parent organization, Centers for Spiritual Living, that will help to explain and remind. It's reminding each and every one of you, no matter when you got your license, because I have 4 newbies over there, right? But it's reminding us all of the vows that we took, the studies that we did, and what it takes to be a practitioner and what that means. So I have invited several of our practitioners who are at different junctures of their journey to share information with you at this time. And then afterwards, after the readings, I'm going to administer what is called a charge to the practitioners that they'll respond to, and I'm going to administer a charge to you that you're going to respond to should you be willing. And this goes for you too, live streamers. If I have some of my practitioners online, I want you to participate as if you were here. And those of you who are participating in community, am I looking the right way, Tricia? No. I'm looking at you. I'm trying to look you square in your face, you know. I want you to respond when it's time for you to respond. And then lastly, we're going to recite a covenant together. And I want you to, you know, we might tip over just a little bit, but it's okay. Just relax. It's all right. And I brought a little food over. We have a little reception. I'm going to say this now so I don't forget. And Regina, at the end of it, where's Regina? I want you to remind them, okay? And just practitioners that are so staunch about our prayer in the prayer room, you know, we tell you every Sunday that we'll pray with you after service. And I'm doing something different today. I am inviting the practitioners, I'm inviting all of you to go over into the social hall and greet your practitioners and thank them and say hi to them or whatever it is you want to say. And then if somebody needs prayer, we can come back and pray. How about that? We're going to have to remind them again, because I know some people are probably freaking out over there that I said that. But it's okay. It's all right, because we're all prayed up. Okay? We are all prayed up no matter what. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, there's a few of them that are getting pins today that we will give. So it's a beautiful service. Just stay tuned. You ready? You willing? Yes. Okay, yes. So I'm inviting our readers up. Alice Knudsen. I want y'all to come up so that we can have smooth transition. Y'all know who you are. Alice Knudsen, Peggy Cotton, Practitioner Emerita Dorothy Mendez. We have Megan Lemon. We have Reverend Catherine Sachs, and we have Practitioner Emeritus Andy Robbins. And so they're going to take turns in order doing their reading. So take a listen.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Speak up into the mic.
My name is Alice, and I'm a licensed practitioner here. And I have a reading for you today. A Center for Spiritual Living licensed spiritual practitioner is a person of high spiritual consciousness and deep understanding of the spiritual nature of life. A deep and personal relationship with the divine is prominent. The licensed spiritual practitioner is trained in the study of the science of mind and in the art, science, and skill of spiritual mind treatment, also known as affirmative prayer. Licensed spiritual practitioners are dedicated to sacred service, licensed to practice professionally, and bound by a high code of ethics while providing a safe and confidential space for clients. To become a CSL licensed spiritual practitioner, a person must complete a rigorous multi-year required course of study, pass a comprehensive background check and written exam, and be approved by an oral panel consisting of ministers and practitioners. Their licenses are renewed every other year after approval of required continuing education credits and service hours within a Centers for Spiritual Living affiliated community. Students who have completed the required 6 prerequisite courses can qualify for entry into professional practitioner training. Once completing this training program, the student must pass a written exam and an oral panel before being licensed by Centers for Spiritual Living. Thank you.
Thank you, Alice. My name is Peggy Cotton, and I'm the next practitioner in line up here. It's an honor. All licensed practitioners need to have an affiliated CSL member community hold their license, like this place, like Coleman Center for Spiritual Living. Most often, this would be the community where they completed their training and or the community that they were a part of throughout their training. OCSL Practitioner Recognition and Dedication 2024, Part 1. If they are not affiliated with a community at the time of licensing, they may qualify to be a part of the CSL Virtual Practitioner Program, which allows the organization to hold licenses for practitioners without a local community. Centers for Spiritual Living offers certificated courses to anyone who is seeking spiritual growth. Certificated courses are science of mind-based and teach spiritual principles and practices in a variety of topics. Students of certificated courses are registered with the Spiritual Development Education Department and have a permanent student record with Centers for Spiritual Living. Many students take courses for spiritual and personal development. However, students who complete 6 certified courses across 4 course categories are eligible for entry into practitioner training. I hand the mic over to Dorothy Mendez.
Good morning. I'm Dorothy Mendez, a religious science emeritus practitioner, and I will be telling you about the standard practitioner's license, how we get them there. Emeritus practitioner status is an extraordinary honor granted by the CSL to recognize a practitioner as being in good standing for life, with all the rights and privileges of a fully licensed practitioner and without the need to fulfill the usual requirements for renewing their license. To apply for emeritus practitioner status, a practitioner must be in active service for 20 years, have provided exemplary service to their member community and or center for the Center for Spiritual Living, and be nominated by a minister in their community or a member of a local leadership council or board.
Good morning. I'm Andy Robbins. I'm a long-term proud member of this practitioner community. The third type of license is the outreach practitioner license. An outreach practitioner is an active practitioner who has no member communities in the locality in which they reside and whose license is held by a senior minister in a CSL center elsewhere. An outreach practitioner can also be remote to their home CSL center. The outreach practitioner's commitment is to perform sacred service, to undertake activities that serve the larger community and their member community, and to represent science of mind at work in the world.
Hi, I'm Reverend Catherine, but I'm also a practitioner. I've always been a practitioner. I think it was Reverend Margaret Stortz who used to say, ministers are nothing more than paper-pushing practitioners. Some licensed practitioners are full-time, self-employed, licensed practitioners. Others take the science of mind teachings into the world along with their already established careers. Those with a separate coaching, holistic, or therapeutic practice may pursue both by keeping an appropriate boundary between their practitioner practice and their other practice, whatever it may be. Licensed practitioners in good standing are authorized by CSL to conduct spiritual practitioner sessions with clients, teach certificated science of mind classes, and design and conduct workshops and classes aligned with science of mind principles.
Hi, I'm Megan Lemon, and I'll read the rest of what practitioners can do in the community. So as a licensed practitioner, you can organize, lead, and support science of mind study groups, conduct grouped or individual meditations, visioning sessions, and our spiritual retreats, officiate at spiritual ceremonies, hold vigil or high watch for events, meetings, and services, leading or participating in organized ministry within the local member community or as an outreach activity in the broader community, such as pastoral care, community outreach, ministry of prayer, hospice services, grief support, volunteered sacred services, chaplaincies, and youth programs.
Hi, I'm Reverend Allie Hutchinson, and my pronouns are she and they. When a practitioner renews their license every 2 years, they engage in a process with their senior minister of exploring, assessing, and renewing their dedication to a life of spiritual service. And they rededicate themselves to fulfilling the obligations and responsibilities of the license. These include abiding at all times by CSL's Code of Ethics for practitioners, being an active, loyal, and supporting member of their community, their local community like OCSL, and logging at least 250 service hours and 45 continuing education hours every 2 years. And even as some of us go on to get licensure as ministers, we are still practitioners at heart. Thank you.
So let's give our readers a hand. Hopefully you know more about a practitioner. How many of you learned something? Oh, okay, everybody. I'm so glad we did that. Yes, it's so good for us to hear that from time to time. And so I'm going to call the names of people, the practitioners who are receiving pins. Here's the thing also, is that, You know, there was this thing a couple years ago called the pandemic. And it changed a whole lot for a whole lot, didn't it? And so we're catching up to some of these things, like handing out these pins and doing a service like this. That's why I wanted to belabor it, if you will, and create a ritual, because it's important. This is important in our community. We'll do the same, some volunteer recognition. We'll do a recognition of youth and family ministry. These are important in our community. So we're focusing on the practitioners, and I want to, if you're here today, if you're online, you can stand, but if you are here, I'd like for you to come up as I call your name. Jackie Onapede, she's not here today. Andy Robbins is here. Reverend Jerry Carter's here. Reverend Catherine Socks. Lucian Baker, I thought I saw him come in the house. Regina Buckwalter. Dylan McClintock is an outreach practitioner. Y'all know Dylan. We have 2 outreach practitioners that were described. Dylan McClintock travels the world, and when he's here, you see him in service. And so I'm figuring out ways that we can incorporate his travels, which are very sacred, into sharing information with you. So we have Dylan, and we have Robin Rice Olmsted, who recently, she's an emerita practitioner. She recently moved, and she's in San Diego, but she's also splits her time in New Mexico, and she's also a practitioner here still as well. Okay, I'm not done yet. Judith Roberts, I think I saw Judith. Constance Chapman is not here today, but we're calling her name. Chantel Roffing is here, and Reverend Teresa Gardner, if y'all can meet me on stage. No certain order, but I'm going to go in order because we have pins. Some of them have their pins. We're doing a dance, okay? Some of them have their pins, but they haven't been called, so I'm about calling and inclusion. So I'm going to call their names by year. These pins are by 5 years, right? So I'm going to start with emeritus, which is, as you heard Dorothy read, is 20 years or more. So we have 4 emeritus practitioners that we're honoring today, and that's Jackie Onapede. Hold your applause until I get through. Jackie Onapede, Andy Robbins, Reverend Jerry Carter, and Reverend Catherine Socks. Hang on a second. Oh, well, go ahead. You have yours. And you have yours. And Jackie, this is hers. Yay, them. And then for 15 years, we have Lucian Baker. Oh, we can just keep building, huh? No, we haven't. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. Lucian's not up here. Regina and Dylan. Okay. Let me get it together. This is Lucian's. Regina's here. You're here. This is 15. And this is for Dylan. Let's give them a hand. That's right. I called all of you up here together. How efficient of me. Okay, so for 10 years, we have Judith Roberts, Constance Chapman, and Chantel Rolfing. So, Judith. And Constance, yes, this is hers. And last but certainly not least, we have Reverend Teresa Gardner for 5 years. Thank you all. You may be seated. Are you making an appearance? Come on up here quickly. Yes, you are. Come on, if you're in the house. You know, I'm not going to let you sneak in here. I don't know how you thought I would do that. Good try. This is Lucian Baker. 15 years. Here's your pen. Thank you. And now we're almost done. Hang in there, hang in there. I'm going to administer the charge that I mentioned to you, and I want to acknowledge that we have practitioners who have died, who are on leave of absence, who retired, or who are inactive. So these are the active practitioners, and I'm going to ask them to stand as I call their name so that you know their name and who they are. I believe in speaking their names out. So here we go. Lucian Baker, who's a ministerial student. You can hold your applause. Emerita practitioner Susan Brecker, Christopher Brown, Regina Buckwalter, Emerita practitioner Dodie Cheney Fernandez, Constance Chapman, Peggy Cotton, Suzanne Dubois, Maureen French, Megan Lemon Ross, Dylan McClintock, outreach practitioner, Chaplain Doug Myers, Emerita practitioner Jackie Onapede, Emerita practitioner Karen Peterson, Emerita practitioner Robin Rice Olmsted, who is an outreach practitioner, Emerita practitioner Andy Robbins. You see how the service we have here? Did you hear how many times I said Emerita? Okay. Judith Roberts, Chantel Rolfing, Margot Tabbitt, Susan Urquhart Brown, Diane Warner, Emerita practitioner Carmen West Jefferson, and Eliza Young. Did I leave anybody out? Reverend Teresa Gardner. Oh, the ministers weren't there. And Dorothy Mendez. How did I leave you off of there? And Alice Newton. No wonder my list wasn't complete. Reverend Jerry Carter. Who else? No, I said Megan. Okay. All y'all are standing? Did I leave anybody else out that's not here? Okay. All right. So here's the charge. Licensed spiritual practitioners are the healing arm of any spiritual center, and certainly are here at the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. Practitioners are a part of the ecclesiastical team who are of high consciousness and high service. We are committed to daily spiritual practice and holding the light of truth for ourselves, others, and our community to the best of our ability in all situations. Ministers first start as practitioners and are always practitioners first and foremost and always. Practitioners are encouraged to see their own practitioners for regular spiritual support and alignment. We strive to be the best that we can be and support our community to do the same. We hold the line of integrity, honesty, truth, compassion, and love. We practice science of mind principles regularly. We refrain from gossip and triangulation. We wear our stoles as a mantle of honor, respect, truth, and healing. We support our community through prayer, spiritual guidance, and holding a high consciousness of truth. We are bound by our practitioner vows and covenant. We support the senior minister of our spiritual community and offer sacred service for the well-being of our center. We resolve any conflict so that we remain free and clear in consciousness. A practitioner is called to embody and live the principles of science of mind, to practice the presence of God in all we think, say, and do. We are spiritual champions at all times and places. The fruits of this work are manifested as demonstrations in our lives, the lives of our clients, and our center. Take a breath on that. Do you accept this charge and dedicate yourself to this spiritual vision and activity? If so, please say, I do. I do. Mm-hmm. If you didn't say I do, I wouldn't know it, so I'm holding you accountable, okay? To the community. Do you receive this practitioner body as spiritual champions who hold your best and highest good in prayer and support of our individual and collective well-being? If you agree, please say, I do. I do. Oh, that's lovely. And now, practitioners, let us recite our covenant together. Everybody have a covenant? Here we go. We, the licensed practitioners of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, joyfully surrender to Spirit as the presence of love and truth. Love divinely guides us in the infinite knowing of the absolute oneness of all life. As the healing presence and prayerful arm of our spiritual community, we devote ourselves to the practice of prayer, meditation, vision, and other spiritual practices, revealing the light of love and truth in our community and in the world. Please congratulate and thank your practitioners. And now let's go to prayer. If the practitioners will surround the congregation, Chantel is going to go. You don't rush. You can take your time to get the prayer box. Those of you online who are practitioners, you can stand if you are willing with us. Those of you who are seated, this is our time for you to go within your heart, to accept the truth and know wholeness, truth, well-being, and whatever else Spirit suggests that I say and declare in this prayer. And Amy's going to support us on keys. As Luke Mon sang earlier, oh Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Welcome in this house of worship. Welcome in our body temples, our consciousness, so that we may feel the divine presence that is immanent within us, that we may be the best that we can be as a reflection of the infinite wellspring of good that God represents. Knowing that God is here and there and everywhere present, that it cannot be anything else but the presence of God. We know wholeness. We know truth. We know that it is present in every body of water, in the sky, in all the galaxy stars in the universe, in the ground where the creepy crawlers live and have a field day. It's everywhere in our very breath. We are so grateful this morning to be here, honoring the practitioners of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living and blessing each and every one of us in our spiritual work that we have dedicated our lives to and for. We bless our nonprofit partner this month, Mecca, the Middle East Children's Alliance, who works to protect children and improve their lives there in the Middle East. We bless our world, here, there, and everywhere where there are places of violence and war, where there's illness or any of those things that are maladies of life. What we know and claim is the truth. We know wholeness, wellness, divine protection, safety, peace, comfort, joy, whatever it is that we need and want. We know that the divine spirit is it. And we turn our attention there. We turn away from any fear into faith and know that we are lifted and loved right there. We bless our prayer list that the Ministry of Prayer is praying on behalf of. In consciousness now, we bless Paul T. and Lloyd DeVilliers, Joe Udlinick, Sanford Livingston, and Susan Brecker and Suzanne Dubois in perfect health and harmony and well-being. We bless Taylor Wesley for the right and perfect job. We bless all the prayers that are in this prayer box that Chantel holds. Prayer requests, I know that they are lifted and loved right where it is that they are needed, giving thanks, praise, and honor for that. And so this is the time of the prayer where it's participatory, where I open up the doors, as they used to say, they still probably say, open up the doors of the church. I open up the doors of this prayer so that we can utter our names and the names of those for whom we are praying in this vortex of prayer and love and harmony and healing. Now is the time to say those names. Speak them aloud. For we know the truth on their behalf, whatever the truth is that they are looking to express more of. And as these names continue to be lifted, what I know is that God is right there on the spot, knowing and fulfilling whatever the prayer request is, knowing what is needed, knowing divine and perfect timing and harmony and orchestration is happening right here and right now. And I give thanks for that and the more. And I bless and know that this prayer goes out as I send it forth into divine love and law with our gratitude and thanksgiving. I know that it is vibrating out into the universe wherever it is needed, and that love and law activates it and multiplies it. That this prayer is multiplied. It is turbocharged with the goodness, the greatness of God. It is coming back to us right here and right now, made manifest. This is what I know for sure. And so I invite you to take a breath on that, to let go of anything that is within you that doesn't know this truth, because I know it for sure. And so I let it go, I let it be. I release this word knowing it is already done and done well. And together we can proclaim, and so it is. Amen. Praise God. Yes, it is the truth. Thank you, practitioners. Reverend Teresa.
Wow. I just have to take a breath. Whew. It's been a beautiful service. Thank you so much, Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle. And it is our conscious giving practice time. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. My name is Reverend Teresa Gardner. My pronouns are she and they. And I have a quote that I ran across from the book that some of us are using, the Abundance book by John Randolph Price. And I love this quote. Money is a symbol of an idea in divine mind. The idea is an all-sufficiency of supply to meet every need with a divine surplus in our individual life. Money is an outer symbol of an inner supply. I love that. Oh. So today we give because we are affirming and claiming this is the truth of how we are with money and abundance in our lives. We are participating in this principles of practice, and we're saying yes. So there are different ways you can participate. There we go. You can go on our website, oaklandcsl.org, click on the donate button. You can pay by Zelle, text, check, all that's on our website. And, we have these cards. You see them in the back of the chairs, cards, envelopes. Now we have this Q-link here. It's great. We are up on our technology. So lots of ways to practice this abundance principle that is the truth of who we are. So, all righty. Well, I'm shaking inside a little bit. All right, well, let's do the giving affirmation together, and you can stand if you prefer, and then we'll have some music, and you can come up and put your donations into the baskets. All right, here's the affirmation if you want to say it together. The more gratitude I feel, the more I am aware that the supply is infinite. All right, thank you. Have some fun today.
Come on, clap your hands for yourself. People, keep on learning. Soldiers, keep on pouring. Well, keeps on turning. Cause it won't be too long. I'm so darn glad it let me try it again. The last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. So darn glad I know I'm in my new thing. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. Yeah. I said, teachers, keep on teaching. Practitioners, keep on practicing. World keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Yeah. Lovers, keep on loving. Believers, keep on believing. Sleepers, just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. Oh yeah. I'm so darn glad it let me try it again. The last time on earth I lived the whole world of sin. So darn glad it let me try it again. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground. Oh yeah. No one's gonna bring me down. Oh, till I reach my highest ground. Come on in. All right, here we go. I'm so darn glad it let me try it again. The last time on earth I lived the whole world of sin. So darn glad I know I'm in my new thing. Gonna keep on trying till I reach my highest ground.
I forgot to say one thing. I told Regina, let me just say this one thing first. Thank you, Robert, for reminding me. We have an open forum. We do that a couple times a year on July 14th. It's on a Sunday after service from 1 to 3. You know, we have 2 of these a year, then we have our annual meeting. And I want to have it town hall style. So we're having an interaction, so come. Please come, July 14th. We'll remind you again. Thank you, Robert.
Hey, so thank you all for coming. Great seeing all of my friends here. We're all up in white. That's pretty darn cool as far as I'm concerned. And thank you, Reverend Sunshine, for administering the pins and creating the space. And yeah, we are the potency of this community because we pray, we love, and we support the consciousness of the truth of who we all are. So, hey, thanks for showing up. After the service, instead of going back there into the prayer room, we're all going to show up in the community center so everybody can say hi, 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 and meet us and ask questions and just have something to eat, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's something to
okay,
eat
it's
over
an
there.
eating day. Cool. All righty. So we can have something to eat, and we are not forgetting that you can also have a prayer. So we're going to do it both. You're going to meet, greet, chat, eat, meet, greet, chat, and then if you want a prayer, you can come here, or we'll make some arrangements, however that is for you. Okay, so another thing is we do prayer as part of our practice, and we do prayer as a service, and we do prayer if you want a longer session. And you can get a card and give us a call or go on the website, because we do that for a fee as well. So we do all things for you around prayer. So, hey, we're here to serve you. What else do I want to say? Thank you, all of the support here, the musicians, Dada, one of my faves, Luke Montier, glad to see you today. Hi, Amy, great accompaniment. We just love the two of you together. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I think I covered all the bases. Hey, I got the thumbs up. I guess I did.
Affirmation.
Okay, affirmation, of course, the last thing. So we have an affirmation here. Ta-da. Okay. We are each colorful to the core, unique in our own special way. We all dwell in the house of divine oneness with diversity and variety. Life wouldn't be the same without each of us. Yay, so beautiful ceremony. Beautiful. Okay, so, ta-da.
Help me sing this one, y'all. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think God is the sun, but not so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, needing us to shine its light as we, as you, so use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you.